back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be taking out some of my passive hydroponic plants and checking on their roots and seeing how much growth I've had on them since I last checked on them. These guys have all been potted up for a little while, I think close to 2 months or even over 2 months possibly. So far they're all doing really great. They all have a bunch of new growth, which is awesome. My rubber tree is actually one that didn't have any new growth until I put it into passive hydroponics. So yeah, I'm going to be taking these 3 plants out and checking their roots and seeing how they're looking. So first up, I think I'm going to start with my Ansonii, just because this guy was actually propagated in water and its roots should be looking pretty clean because it was never in soil. So since I planted this guy in passive hydroponics, it's actually grown these 3 new leaves. It had these 2 leaves first and it's had these 3 new ones, and they're all a little smaller, but I think that's just because of like all the stress it went through, probably going through the conversion and propagating too. But I'm hoping that as it starts growing more, the leaves will start getting bigger, and I think I'm going to let it trail because I think it'll look really cute trailing. But I'm going to show you how I check on the roots. So first, what I like to do is always have a glass bowl or some sort of big bowl to pour the leca in. So here's my glass bowl. And I'm just going to start by taking the plant out of the pot and putting that straight into the glass bowl. So now I'm going to start pouring out the leca into the bowl. I'm just going to keep pouring until the plant starts to come loose, and then I'm just going to pull the plant out and see how it's doing. So this guy's had quite a lot of growth since I last checked on him. If you can hear my dog walking away, I'm sorry. But all the white like little roots, like all these little guys, are all new. I'm going to try get my husband to get some close-ups, so if you do see any close-ups of it, that means I got my husband to do them for me. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the roots are looking. It's kind of weird because I feel like a lot of my plants, the leca like sticks all over the roots, but with this guy, he only has like a few pieces. So I don't know what's up with that, but okay, so I'm going to pot him back up now, and what I usually like to do is grab the outer pot that it was sitting in and usually just rest the plant in there while I am getting this nursery pot or inner pot ready. Okay, so I'm going to start off by grabbing my little, I have like a little measuring cup thing that I usually use, but I can't find it. Okay, so I have my little half cup measuring thing, so I usually just use this to pour in the leca. Sorry if it's loud, by the way. So I like to fill the bottom of the pot like up to about 1/3 full, just because that's where I have the water line sitting at and I don't want the roots sitting in the water line. So I'm just going to put a couple. There's always dog hair throughout my leca, like all the time. Does anyone else have that problem with their like animal hair getting all through their leca? So the leca is like halfway filled up. I don't know if you can tell or not, but now that it is, why did I say halfway? It's 1/3 filled up. So now that that is in there, I'm going to put the plant in and then just start pouring the leca around it, just like you would with soil. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to curl the roots up in there nice and neatly, try to at least. You'll probably see later that like these plants, the smaller ones are easy, but when I have like this monstera that has like multiple different stems and stuff, multiple different like I guess plants in the one plant, it's a little bit more difficult to get planted back up. So I'm just gonna fill the leca in now. Okay, so it's pretty good, and with this guy I've been trying to position him a little bit like to the side because I want him to start trailing down. So that's how I've been trying to like position him. And then at the end I usually use my hands because like I can't get the last bits. Okay, so then I like to give it a little tap and shake. I like to do that just to make sure all the leca like falls into place and hugs the roots nicely. So I'm gonna pop this guy right back in, and he's all ready to go back. Now I wanted to quickly say that this guy right here, I currently have a different nutrient in than what I usually use. I'm currently using Newt, which is, I think on Instagram they're Grow with Newt, and I'm trying that out with this guy and a few others, so I'm hoping it goes well. So, but I just wanted to put that in there just in case you guys are interested. So next plant I'm going to do my, there's a plane, love that. Okay, so next up I'm going to do my rubber plant, Ficus elastica, I think it's Taniki. I don't know how to pronounce things. I'm not good at plant pronunciations. So same goes with this guy. I'm just going to bring him out and pull the leca in and then pull the plant out as soon as the plant comes free. So this guy was actually planted in soil when I got it, and I actually got this guy from Trader Joe's. So if you have a Trader Joe's near you, you should check it out because this guy was only $6, I think. But I didn't have any growth on this guy for like months. I think it was like close to 4 months, 3-4 months. I didn't have any growth. And then I potted it up into passive hydroponics or just hydroponics. I'll get into why I stopped calling it semi-hydro in a minute, by the way. But yeah, so I potted this guy up into hydroponics, and since then I have gotten a new leaf. I don't know if you can see, but it's this little guy right here. And it's really healthy, so I'm really excited about that. I like nearly screamed when I saw it. But the roots are looking pretty good. Because it was a soil plant, there are a little bit of rotted roots in like on this guy, so what I'll do is just go through and pull off any bits that have rotted. It's really not a big deal. So all these white bits down the bottom and all these like little new white areas are all soil free roots, so you can tell usually just because they're white and fluffy and they're not like brown and gross like soil roots are. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going through and pulling off any little rotted bits that I can find. I've already done this a couple times with this guy. Oh, and fun fact, this was actually the first plant I converted. Okay, so now I'm going to pot this guy back up exactly how I did with the Ansonii. I already have about a third of leca in the bottom. So I'm just going to pop him in and then fill it up like I did last time. So I wanted to talk to you guys quickly about why I stopped referring to semi-hydro as semi-hydro. At Plants with a View on Instagram posted a story. She was talking to I think it was the owner or something of Easy Grow Hydro, which they sell like a bunch of hydroponic stuff, and I think they have their own nutrients. But she was emailing with them, and they actually said that they don't like it being referred to as semi-hydroponics because that just isn't what it is. Technically, it's passive hydroponics. So I've been trying to refer to it more as passive hydroponics, but they also say just soil-free is fine because I think hydroponics in general, like the definition behind it is just soil-free growing pretty much. So that's why I've started to try to stop calling it semi-hydro. It's kind of hard because that's what that's all I called it. But I'm trying to refer to it as just hydroponics or passive hydroponics. So if you're someone calling it semi-hydroponics, apparently it's not right. So So yeah, I thought I'd throw that in there really quick because I haven't spoken about it anywhere else, but that's why I haven't really been referring to it as semi-hydro anymore. Okay, so this guy is all potted back up. Okay, so last but not least, I saved the most difficult one for last, and that is this Monstera Deliciosa. I actually got this guy online. It was actually one of my very first, actually I think it was my very first plant purchase, along with a golden pothos that I ordered online. So it's actually like doubled in size since I got it, and it currently has a new leaf here that's unfurling, and then it also has a new baby leaf coming that's actually on the biggest leaf, so I'm really excited for it. It's been doing really well in semi-hydro. I just called it semi-hydro, in passive hydro, and I know it has a little bit of a root problem because I did check on it last night, and that's actually what made me want to do this video, because I checked on this guy and saw how crazy the roots were looking and thought you guys would probably really enjoy seeing it. So I'm going to pull it out really quick and be alarmed. There's a lot of roots growing out the bottom. And I did check on this guy a little while ago. I think like a week or two ago I pulled it up to check on the roots, and there was like one little one or two poking out the bottom, and now it's like completely taking over, and I'm kind of worried I'm not going to be able to get it out, but we're going to try anyway. So as usual, I'm going to start by pouring in some of the leca. Pouring out some of the leca. I can already tell he's like really stuck in there. He's like not coming out at all. Okay, now I'm kind of worried, what if I can't get it out? Will I have to like chop the roots or something? I don't know, I'm worried I'm not going to be able to get it out without like chopping some of the roots off. Or like, I can't cut this pot because I don't think I have another one for it. Oh my god. Okay, so I did it. Wow, I was really not expecting this. This is like crazier than what I thought it was going to look like. I kind of am happy though, because now that the roots have sort of like all combined together again, it makes it a lot easier to like repot. And I probably should be potting this guy up a size, but I don't really have another pot for it. I think I'm going to be going shopping next week to get some more pots for these guys, so I will probably do it then. But he's looking really good, and it's really not surprising me why he's had so many new leaves recently. So there's a little bit of rot in him, but nothing to worry about. So this is one of the main reasons I really enjoy hydroponics, just because you really can keep a good eye on your plants and see exactly what their roots are doing. Like, I can just pull this guy out and pull off any little bit of rot he has, whereas if he was in soil and his roots were rotting, it would be a whole mission to save him. But because there was only a little bit of rot, I'm not worried at all. That's very expected with growing plants in soil free, especially when they were previously in soil. But all in all, this guy's doing really healthy and he's got heaps of new growth, so yeah, I think I'm gonna pot him back up now. Okay, so I'm gonna sit him in there. So sometimes I like to have a second bowl for the little bigger plants, just so I don't make a massive mess when I'm repotting them. This guy's like really outgrowing his pot, but like I really just don't have a new pot for it right now. So he's just gonna have to deal with it. So now that he's all potted back up, I'm just going to put him straight back into the outer pot. Someone please remind me to pot this guy up like ASAP, because I really need to go out and get a new pot for him. I'm trying to figure out how long these plants have been converted for by going back on like old photos and seeing. Does anyone else do that and like check the dates of their like old photos to see like when you got a certain plant or something? Because I do it like all the time. It's literally how I keep track of all of my plant stuff. So these 3 plants were actually converted 2 months ago today, I think. So they've all been in there for 8 weeks, and they're all doing really well. They've all had extra growth. As you saw, all their roots are doing really well, especially this guy here. He really needs to be potted up. But yeah, so if you guys are going to try hydroponics or soil-free houseplants, please let me know, and if you need any help, I'm more than happy to help, because I love helping you guys. I get plenty of questions on Instagram and stuff all the time, so don't be afraid to like send me questions if you need help or are just interested about something or anything like that. I'll leave my Instagram somewhere up on the screen, and it'll also be down in the description as always. Oh, also, if you have tried hydroponics or you are doing hydroponics, I'd love to know what plants work well for you. What plants have really loved hydroponics, or what plants maybe haven't liked it so much. So yeah, please let me know what plants you've had luck with hydroponics and what plants you haven't had the best luck with. I'm really interested to know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you enjoyed and leave a like. I really appreciate it so much. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.